We have seen many videos, documentary about Rohingyas. There is an allegation, Rohingyas are aliens. In this video we will discuss about roots of Muslim Rohingyas in Arakan. We will see 3 different historic evidence of Muslim which proves Rohingyas are original settlers of Arakan. On 1430, Mrauk-U dynasty established by King Mrauk-U with the help of Bengal king. In early 16th century, King Min-Sao allowed Muslim preachers from India to preach Islam. 17th century King Narapadi brought dyers from Chittagong to enhance business in foreign export. On 1430 for a specific reason Muslims settlement in Arakan was started. Mrauk-U dynasty was founded by King Mrauk-U in 1430 AD with the benevolent military help of Bengal Muslim king. But most Arakan historians are reluctant to discuss this Muslim involvement openly and precisely. Exiled Arakan King Mrauk-U got the help of Bengal King Jalaluddin Muhammad Shah. The king's first retinue headed by General Arakan consisting of 10,000 force expelled the occupying Burmese army and got control of Arakan. But betrayed his trust. Instead of enthroning Mrauk-U, Arakan made himself king of Arakan. Mrauk-U was imprisoned at Batavia. Arakan ruled there for some years. He introduced their Muslim Sharia law. Mrauk-U escaped from imprisonment, reached again to Bengal king and obtained a larger army than the first one. This army was headed by Sandi Khan, who was ordered to take a fitting action against Arakan for his perfidy. When Sandi Khan's army arrived at Arakan, Arakan showed little resistance and surrendered to Sandi Khan. Arakan was sent to the Bengal king to face a fitted punishment deserved for his perfidy. Mrauk-U was put on his rightful throne. He kept all the Muslim forces to protect him. He designated himself Muslim title as Sulayman Shah. He kept Arakan under the governor of Chittagong in order to prevent from foreign invasions. Here Mrauk-U escaped from imprisonment, went again to Bengal, attained a second retinue to help him and came back to Arakan. Took the control of the land from Arakan. These all processes were not done overnight. It took a long period, perhaps some years. This was the stint of Arakan's rule over Arakan which Arakan chronicles virtually omitted. Here though some chronicles write very faintly about the retinues of Bengal king, they never mention the number of them. They never narrate the permanent settlement of the retinues in the period of Arakan's rule. During the reign of Mrauk-U dynasty King Min saw Zelata in early 16th century Muslim missionary from India headed by Qadir and Hanumia were allowed to preach Muslim religion. They built many mosques in various places and recruited new preachers from India. It had a miraculous-like effect. People village by village converted to Islam. The momentum of conversion was so great that some Buddhist elders had raised alarm and lodged a complaint. During the time of third king, Min Bagi Zabauk Shah, who after discussing the case in his parliament stopped the missionary works. Consequently Arakan had already produced hundreds and thousands of Muslims in this period. These converts consist of both local Indians and Tibeto-Burman. Due to stronger influence of Rohingyas culture, all assimilated and accumulated as Rohingyas. The most complex points here is Rohingyas are today Muslims but not Muslims from Arab, Iran or India. They are native converts. From the time they turned Muslim, they discarded Buddhistic civilization. This Buddhistic civilization goes into the hands of Buddhist Burman since 10th century, who also has been the ruling people of the land ever since then. It is a historical and logical point. When present-day Rohingyas are trying to unearth this hidden point, it indeed falls against interest of some rested interest group. This group wants to neglect the ethnic root of Rohingyas and try to portray them simply as Muslims from India and Bengal who immigrated into the land of Arakan people. This is the root of the problem. This is the point Arakan people hold tight to degrade Rohingyas. This is the point they until today use to deprive Rohingyas of all rights in Myanmar. There still were other categories of Muslim. When Bengal was occupied by Emperor Akbar in 1572 from the hand of Pathan king, thousands of Pathan ran into Arakan. Arakan king protected them and employed them in ranks and files of the king. They were shown great favor by Arakan king. Again, early 17th century king Narapadi brought 30,000 dyers and weavers from Chittagong and settled them in Arakan valleys to enhance his fertile industry foreign export. The king did it besides the objections of his ministers. The irony today is that some, including a few highly educated Arakan, try to say that there were no Muslim population in Arakan. The fact majority population in Arakan even before British occupations was Muslims, and all were natives who converted to Islam and other who facilitated by Arakan kings to settle in the country. It was because Arakan kings then needed the services. Muslim influence was not only on political, military and economic field but also on religious culture. There are all authentic records. No one can fool us on this. Muslims in Mrauk-U was a well-rooted community. Their influences there were indeed very great. The head of officials was known as Qazi. The Arakanese kings nurtured sincere admiration towards the Muslim communities. For this reason they entrusted the chief administrative posts of government department, including that of the defense, to the Muslims. There were lots of other Muslim ministers, high civil and military officers. They contributed a great deal to the growth of Islamic culture in Arakan. Muslims have great influence in Arakanese literature. Poet Daulat Qazi, author of the first Bengali romance, and Shah Alaul, who was considered the greatest of 17th century Bengali poets, were among the eminent courtiers of Arakan. Mrauk-U kings adopted Muslim titles, appeared in Persian-inspired dress and the conical hats of Isfahan and Moghul, introduced coins and medallions inscribing kalima in Persian and Arabic scripts. In early 18th century, the politics of Arakan was wholly and solely in Muslims' hands. They made their own king and kings of their own choice. It was depicted as an Islamic state in the map of the Times Complete History of the World, showing cultural division of Southeast Asia.
Please like, share and subscribe to our channel Sparkling Muslim.